Greetings petrolheads, welcome back to Automation and Car Company Tycoon Games. So I'm sorry my microphone hasn't arrived yet. So trust me, like I'm just as annoyed by the background noise as you are, but you know it's not gonna be for much longer anymore. I built a 2001 Chevy Silverado replica because I was requested to do so like 5 years ago. So aesthetically, the main part of this front end for me was this kind of split grill look, and you can see when I'm hovering over it that it's only just one grill, and in particular it is, well, let's just click on it. It's that one, but with the black kind of grid. And the reason I chose this logo is, first of all, well, we don't have a Chevy logo, and secondly, I needed one that I'll just demonstrate real quick. This badge doesn't cover the entire area. You can still see the pattern of the grill underneath it, whereas this one is completely filled out, so it does make it look like it is actually two separate grills, especially with the with the chrome bars running across it. And for the headlights, I chose, where are they? These ones, but the ones where you can see the individual lamps. And then down here we got, no, not this one, that one. Here we have a black. Well, let's just get rid of these. A black grill insert basically, and then we have some plastic stripes as well to create the sort of look that the Silverado has on its bumper. Some chrome stripes on the side, because this is sort of the Silverado 1500 that I was going for, and the taillights are quite simple. I think they're a little bit out of place. They might need to go a little bit lower down, but basically what I did is took a big red rectangular taillight fixture and a smaller white one where you can see that the edges are actually not quite lined up, but this is okay because from afar the indicator that I ran right over it looks just as long as the white fixture. And then the exhaust on the rear car is sort of mounted sideways underneath the floor or something. I don't know how to put that, but there's no such option in the game. And also the number plate would normally go here. Well, overall that is the aesthetics done. It is this is the 4.8 liter V8 that I've built. Now the real engine makes 275, I think, horsepower at 5,200 RPM and 386 newton meters at 4,000 RPM, which was kind of difficult to replicate because with a rev limit this low, it's kind of difficult to make peak torque at 4,000 RPM yet peak power at 5,200. I wasn't able to pull off the exact same numbers, but I got pretty close, as you can see. So there is that. We got a 5-speed automatic gearbox. I don't know what its top speed is. Actually, we got some more top speed left here. Also, I have no clue what the gear ratios are in this thing. So let's just accept that. Maybe second gear goes to 100. That's actually pretty good for acceleration time. I don't know if the Silverado actually has a manual locker diff. I just fitted it for better off-road and loading capabilities, for better utility basically. As far as in-game stats goes, hard long life road tires, I'm pretty sure that that's the sort of tire that it has. Again, rims and tires I just fitted whatever I saw, whatever I thought made sense. Also for the brakes, same story here. And in any case, please, like, don't be childish and get mad because I chose the wrong brake setup, when you can just fix that with a couple of clicks. Like, say the real Silverado has a rim diameter of 350 millimeters. All right, there we go. I mean, it's no problem. Like, on a tray, I chose none because I don't think it has one. At least not the semi-clad, fully clad, or downforce. I'm not sure about off-road skid tray either. But since the Silverado is mainly used on the road anyway, like, why would you fit an off-road skid tray? The wing angles don't matter. Cooling airflow is more than enough. Seats, now this is something you could criticize. I am assuming that it has 2 seats up front and 3 seats on the rear, which is why I chose the 5-seat setup, but it could also just as well be 2 up front and 2 on the rear, which would make 4, or 3 on both, which would make 6. Standard interior, standard CD entertainment, like these are all options that also vary between the individual models that you choose. Like, there are models with more equipment, and there are models with less equipment, so standard is just somewhere in the middle, I guess. This one, no, it doesn't. Why did I go for active comfort springs? That's surely not what it has. Probably just standard springs. Like, if we're being generous, we would go for hydropneumatic springs. I went for a comfort preset here on the suspension setup anyway, because, well, it's an everyday truck and it's not sporty whatsoever, so why would you go for anything other than a comfortable setup? In any case, what I found interesting is that it does so extremely well in off-road premium. 164.2. It's also very cheap at $19,800. But what was its price again in real life? Like, what did your average 2001 Chevy Silverado cost with a 4.8 liter V8? I don't know. But you know what? Because this video is so short so far, I'm actually gonna have some fun right here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tune this thing. Alright. So what we do is, I think I'm just gonna turbocharge it. Oh yeah, well, of course we need an intercooler. Otherwise our fuel octane is just way too low. Also, of course, we need to change the turbo setup, because right now this is just horrible. And what we need instead is, yeah, something more along the lines of this. But of course, like, we need more power. Like, if we're gonna tune the engine, it might as well make more power, right? Okay, 308 horsepower. Okay, so the problem is I can't really seem to make the turbo spool up before 2000 RPM, which means if we want to make more power, we should and use the turbo effectively, we need a little bit more RPM range. I'm going for a sort of quote-unquote realistic tuning setup. Like, of course, with a 4.8 liter twin turbo, you could get basically, even with push rods, you can get like 700 horsepower. But I'm keeping it sort of reasonable, and as something that people might actually buy. And therefore I'm aiming for, like, I don't know, 325 horsepower is a pretty nice number. Let's crank this up all the way. 324. What do we got here? 325. Let's keep it here for now. 325 horsepower. Obviously, the torque curve is not very nice, but it has a very, very usable power band from 4000 RPM onwards. Like, we're making 300 horsepower from 4000 RPM onwards. So that is certainly gonna help with acceleration and stuff. Still making 0.0 sportiness. Cooling we need more of. Also, economy is worse. Well. Yeah, we could just do with a little bit lower compression and higher cam profile. That's 55 cam profile. And then we can make the turbine slightly smaller. Actually, not very much smaller anymore. $327, $321. There we go. I think we got a pretty nice power band now. Making those. Oh, actually, we're not making that much power anymore at 4000 RPM. Actually, we should make pretty much the same. Economy is even worse now for some reason. Oh, probably to do with gearing. But it's a lot quicker now. 8.3 seconds from 0 to 100. Brake fade? Yes, brake fade. Front or rear? Front. Oh, and mainly rear actually. What if you go for vented discs all around? Yeah, then it's gone. I really want this thing to be a little bit more economical though, like 31 liters per 100 kilometers is just kind of ridiculous. Let's run this thing on the premium fuel as well, so now we can lean it out a little bit. Or actually a lot. There we go. What about this now? Got a lot of mid-range torque. Yeah, 25 liters, which is at least, you know, better than before, and also better than the naturally aspirated one, slightly. But like with aerodynamics like this and a 2.2 ton weight, a 4.8 liter pushrod V8 is just gonna use massive amounts of fuel. That's just how it is. Alright, so this now has a 4.8 liter twin turbo V8, 325 horsepower, and 4.8 turbo, and well, basically could be sold as sort of an alternative with 50 more horsepower and also, you know, slightly reduced fuel consumption. It still wouldn't be sporty, it still wouldn't really be like economical or anything, but better than before, I guess. Tech turbo. So hope you guys enjoyed this little episode of automation. Leave a like or a comment if you did. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.